The DMCI Creed. We believe that construction is a noble profession whose activities are vital to economic development and national progress. That fair competition is essential to the growth and stability of the construction industry. That a contractor's primary responsibility to his client is to give his best in faithful compliance with their agreement. That labor and capital should cooperate with one another, so that labor may live with dignity, and capital may find its just rewards. That the ill-gotten violates business ethics, and the ill-conceived wreaks havoc on the public good. That the ultimate objectives are to serve not only man, but humankind, and to build not only an enterprise, but an institution that will serve society.
In a serene mountain town a few minutes from Baguio City, a rare opportunity to invest and enjoy a blissful lifestyle waits. DMCI Homes Leisure Residences, the leisure development brand of DMCI Homes, welcomes you to Monticello Crest, an eco-agricultural mountain resort condotel in Tuba, Benguet. Monticello Crest beckons you with a refreshingly cool climate, lush mountainscapes, and unobstructed panoramic views, a setting that evokes the old Baguio charm. The development features modern Filipino architecture and takes inspiration from rich Cordilleran heritage. Its 3 buildings are meticulously designed to follow the land's natural contour and complement the surrounding environment. A first in Tuba, Monticello Crest houses best-in-class amenities and facilities, all meticulously curated to deliver a country club-like atmosphere. With a lot of things to enjoy within the property, you don't even have to step outside to experience a relaxing or eventful vacation. The best close-to-nature experience is waiting for you right here in Monticello Crest. Open your windows or balcony door and take in the crisp mountain air with a priceless, breathtaking view of nature. Thanks to Lumivent design technology, natural light and cool mountain air permeates the buildings, creating a harmony between the indoors and outdoors. About 5 hours from Metro Manila, Monticello Crest is easily accessible for quick weekend getaways. By traversing Marcos Highway, you'll enjoy scenic views before reaching the heart of Tuba, the gateway to Baguio City, the country's summer capital. And as Baguio City continues to flourish, the surrounding municipalities are expected to follow suit with a tapestry of up-and-coming restaurants, businesses, and attractions. The allure of Tuba Benguet goes beyond its majestic peaks and cool climate. Its treasure lies in the community of welcoming and kind locals. By investing in Monticello Crest, you are participating in the development of the local economy and tourism. Join educational eco-tours in and around Tuba. Take home freshly harvested produce. And enjoy healthy and flavorful farm-to-table meals. With every visit, you'll find yourself enjoying the local community more. Relive the nostalgic Baguio charm within Tuba's scenic landscapes and engage in local experiences that are truly worth coming back for. Invest and enjoy the beauty of life and nature within and beyond Moncello Crest. Only from DMCI Homes Leisure Residences.
Engineering and construction have always been at the forefront of nation building, and for decades, the DMCI Group has been leading this charge, taking on the biggest and most complex challenges facing our nation, from constructing vital infrastructure to extracting precious commodities, to providing affordable power and clean water. We are dedicated to finding transformative solutions that drive progress and benefit society. But we are more than just a business. The DMCI Group is committed to being a partner to our host communities, a steward of the environment, and a builder of our nation. Our commitment extends to promoting gender equality and creating an inclusive workplace where everyone can thrive and succeed. With our team of dedicated professionals and skilled workers, we bring the extraordinary to life, driving the Philippines forward. To learn more about our company and how we are making a positive difference in society, visit www.dmciholdings.com.
Please stand by. The event will start in 5 minutes. please stand by. The live stream will start shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati't pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Good morning and welcome to the 2024 Annual Stockholders Meeting of DMCI Holdings. The Chairman and President, Engineer Isidro A. Consunji, will now preside over the meeting.
Good morning, our dear stockholders. This meeting is hereby called to order. Mr. Secretary, please confirm that the definitive information statement and notice of today's meeting were provided to the stockholders of record.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. In accordance with the requirements of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the definitive information statement and notice of today's annual stockholders meeting were submitted to the PSE EDS, posted on the company's website, and published in print and online format in at least 2 newspapers of general circulation at least 21 days before today's meeting. The agenda of today's meeting is currently shown on the screen.
Mr. Secretary, do we have a quorum for the transaction of business?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Based on the certification of the corporation's stock and transfer agent of the total 13,277,470,000 outstanding common shares and entitled to vote, 10,635,967,116 shares, representing 80.11% of the corporation's outstanding common capital stock and entitled to vote, are present through remote communication or by proxy at today's annual meeting of stockholders. A quorum therefore exists for the transaction of business. Mr. Chairman, I would also like to inform our shareholders that all the incumbent members of the Board of Directors are present today via remote communication from their respective locations. Mr. Chairman, we will present later the various agenda items which were approved by the stockholders through proxy voting and voting in absentia. We will now proceed with the management report. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman and the President, Mr. Isidro A. Consunji, will now render a report on the 2023 operations and current situation of the corporation.
Good morning, shareholders, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Directors and Management, I'd like to welcome you to our 2024 Annual Stockholders Meeting. I hope you had the chance to go through our annual and sustainability reports to gain insights into our company's operational, financial, and ESG performance in 2023. For today's meeting, I will start by providing a summary of our financial results, followed by an overview of our recent deal to acquire a majority stake in Cemex Philippines. 2023 marked the year we transitioned back into reality. After erratic swings in 2021 and 2022, the coal, nickel, and electricity markets began to stabilize, leading to sharp price corrections. In response, our businesses proactively managed production, sales, and costs to support our financial performance. This strategic focus, combined with record-breaking production, generation, shipments, and dispatch, drove our company to our second-best financial results ever. In 2023, our consolidated revenues dropped by 14% to 122.8 billion pesos because of lower selling prices and slowdown in construction and real estate activities and higher revenue reversals from canceled real estate sales. Consolidated net income declined by 20% to 24.7 billion pesos, as higher net income contributions from DMCI Homes, DMCI Power, and Maynilad muted the impact of lower contributions from Semirara Mining and Power Corporation, DMCI Mining, and DM Consunji Inc. Excluding non-recurring items, our consolidated core net income decreased by 21% to 24.7 billion pesos. 91% of our core net income came from Semirara, DMCI Homes, and Maynilad. Semirara contributed 15.8 billion pesos, 30% lower than last year, because of stabilizing prices offset the impact of all-time high coal shipments and spot electricity sales. Core earnings contribution from DMCI Homes rose by 2% to 4.6 billion pesos due to better selling prices and higher income from rental and other income. Attributable net income from Maynilad soared by 42% to 2.1 billion pesos, owing to higher water production, billed volume, and adjusted tariff. DMCI Power nearly reached the historic 1 billion peso profit milestone, contributing 959 million pesos due to record generation and electricity dispatch. Despite achieving record high shipments, DMCI Mining's contribution declined by 49% to 655 million pesos due to lower nickel prices and increased operating and shipping costs. DMCI contributed 573 million pesos, slightly lower than last year because of lower project accomplishments and fewer ongoing projects. Moving on to the second part of my report, I am pleased to share that our company has made a strategic move to expand our business portfolio. Last April 25, we signed an agreement to acquire Cemex Asian Southeast Corporation, or CASEC. CASEC is the majority owner of Cemex Holdings Philippines, the country's fourth largest cement manufacturer. This acquisition marked the start of a new era for our company after a decade-long focus on organic growth. To recall, our last acquisition was in 2014 when we acquired our nickel assets. After the transaction is finalized, DMCI Holdings will hold a majority stake and Dacon Corporation will have an economic interest of approximately 32%. SMPC will own over 11%. While Dacon plans to issue a mandatory tender offer for CHP minority shareholders within the year, we do not intend to privatize the cement business. We believe that maintaining its public status offers a greater financial flexibility and enhances our credibility in the market. Despite a relatively soft market environment for cement, we believe the attractive purchase price and anticipated increase in infrastructure activities make this a sound investment. We also foresee considerable operational savings and synergies with our existing portfolio. To elaborate, with DMCI's order book and DMCI Homes sales nearing pre-pandemic levels, we are well positioned to drive significant internal cement demand. Accelerated infrastructure spending by Maynilad until 2027 could also drive cement requirements in Metro Manila. Aside from selling more coal to CHP, Semirara's improved power plant performance will enable us to supply more affordable electricity and fly ash to the cement business. Government projects currently drive 40% of cement demand. The Marcos administration's commitment to sustained infrastructure spending at 5 to 6% of GDP suggests that this demand will remain strong in the medium term. At this point, let me outline the key points of this acquisition. We estimate the purchase price of $305.6 million with potential adjustments based on CHP's financial performance before closing. This transaction should close within the year. This depends on regulatory approvals, third-party consents, solid plant expansion completion, and a mandatory tender offer for CHP's minority shares. Turning CHP around will take some time and a lot of hard work, but the potential returns are well worth the investment. By manufacturing our own cement, we can strengthen our internal ecosystem, boost our competitive advantage, and strategically position the DMCI Group for nationwide infrastructure boom. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2023, we pushed the boundaries and achieved our second highest revenues and earnings. This remarkable feat would not have been possible without our employees, who adapted quickly and effectively to market shift. To our team, I am deeply grateful for your loyalty, hard work, and determination. You are the foundation of our success. I also want to express my profound appreciation to our board of directors, shareholders, regulators, host communities, business partners, and other stakeholders. The DMCI Group is stronger and more capable because of your trust. Your support has been instrumental in our ability to succeed, even in difficult markets. Together, we have created a remarkable value for our fellow Filipinos. As we look to the future, let us continue our collaboration to expand our positive impact and create even greater value for all of our stakeholders. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For better appreciation of the company's operations, the shareholders were given access to the definitive information statement. For better use of the time, we requested the shareholders to send by email their questions prior to this meeting. The first question is, how do you intend to rebalance your portfolio to minimize risks from slower commodity, construction, and real estate?
Through capacity expansion of our utility businesses, Kalaka Unit 2, 300 megawatt, expected to be online on or before the end of May this year, after finishing the rework done by Toshiba on the repair of the GE generator. In DMCI Power, we expect to provide a total of 40 megawatt in the various islands that it serves. That's 2 by 8 megawatt in Palawan, 12 megawatt wind power in Semirara, and 8 megawatt diesel or bunker fired in Masbate. Maynilad Poblacion Treatment Plant has just been fully operational last month, and new water treatment plants are expected to be online on or before the end of this year. Our acquisition of Cemex should also help rebalance our portfolio.
Our next question is, what are the key challenges for the DMCI Group in the next 1 to 3 years?
Well, one of them is the inventory management of DMCI Homes. Because of the pandemic, we have some excess supply of finished units that is currently being sold. Secondly, permitting for our nickel project, nickel assets. Right now, we have various nickel assets that are not being operational, waiting for the perfection of the required operational licenses and permits. And a lot of these projects are expected to be completed before the end of this year. So hopefully, two areas in particular, one in Zambales and one in Long Point, Palawan, should be operational before the end of this year. In the off-grid areas, we expect to have a partial shift to renewable energy, 4 megawatt in Masbate, and 12 megawatt solar, and 12 megawatt wind power in Seminara Island to displace diesel. Okay.
Our next question is, can we expect additional Build Better More projects from the construction business?
Yes, DMCI is focusing on railway and various infrastructure projects. We expect DMCI to be in a strong competitive position to compete in these mega infrastructure projects. We see no reason why it cannot be competitive, given our track records in developing previous mega infrastructure projects.
Our next question is, when do you expect the DMCI Homes to return to pre-pandemic levels in terms of sales?
At the moment, DMCI sales are going to be slightly below pre-pandemic level, but we expect by 2025, driven by the leisure projects and other income market segments, upper and lower market segments, DMCI Homes will exceed pre-pandemic levels of sales.
Our next question is, what are the advantages of the recent CEMEX acquisition to the DMCI Group?
Well, DMCI Group intends to create synergetic effect in this acquisition, mainly by providing new markets for cement, being able to sell coal to both cement plants and fly ash to both cement plants.
Our last question is, aside from cement, do you see the DMCI Group entering new businesses in the next 2 to 3 years?
Hard to say, but we're currently looking at large mining assets, probably copper and gold, and maybe an additional coal mine in Mindanao, if possible, provided it's open pit. Aside from that, we just intend to continue with our aggressive organic growth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the other questions which we were not able to read today, the company will respond individually by email. Further, we shall also include these questions and answers in the minutes of today's annual meeting. We would like to inform all the shareholders that the company's interim financial statements for the period ended March 31, 2024, have likewise been filed with the SEC, posted on the PSE EDS and in the company's website. Stockholders who have any queries on the first quarter report may also send their questions via email, and the company shall respond to your questions. Mr. Chairman, shown on the screen is the summary of the tabulation of votes cast in absentia and by proxy in favor of the following items of the agenda. Number 1, approval of the minutes of the previous annual stockholders meeting. Number 2, management report. Number 3, ratification of acts of directors and officers. Number 4, appointment of external auditors. A detailed discussion on each of the above agenda items was provided in the definitive information statement. And the rationale for the agenda items was also provided in the notice of today's annual meeting. Please also note that the online voting is still open until 10 a.m. today. The additional votes will be included in the total votes and will be disclosed today.
Considering that more than 50% of outstanding common capital stock voted in favor of the proposed resolutions, the same are deemed approved.
Mr. Chairman, for the election of directors, the corporation received a total of 6 nominees for regular directors and 3 nominees for independent directors, namely regular directors Isidro A. Consunji, Cesar A. Buenaventura, George A. Consunji, Maria Edwina C. Laperal, Luz Consuelo A. Consunji, Maria Cristina C. Gutianon. Independent directors Roberto L. Pandillo, Bernardo M. Villegas, Cynthia R. Del Castillo. The stockholders were able to cast their votes on the election of directors in absentia or by proxy. Please also note that the online voting is still open until 10 a.m. today. The additional votes will be included in the total votes will be disclosed today.
Based on the tabulation of votes cast in absentia and by proxy, the nominees received the number of votes cast opposite their respective names as shown on the screen. There being no other valid nominations, the said individuals are hereby elected as directors of the corporation for the current term. Are there any other matters to be taken up?
There are no other matters listed on the agenda.
Since there are no other matters to be taken up, this meeting is now adjourned. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today's meeting.
Thank you for attending our 2024 Annual Stockholders Meeting. To know more about our company, please visit www.dmciholdings.com. To view our latest annual and sustainability reports, please scan the QR codes flashed on your screen.